They didn't play in top versus bottom. Alright, in the top right, we have in our blue Zerg representing the Philippines. It is Banga. And in the bottom left, we have in our white Terran. I'm surprised he didn't choose top versus bottom when he hosted Neblime. You can only tell I'm only vaguely upset that Neblime, a well-known caster, and complains constantly about people not choosing top versus bottom, did it himself. I'll be letting him know, don't worry. How often does this tournament happen? This is the second season of the OSL. The last one happened mid last year. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not really like a regular occurring thing yet. It's just been sort of put together by our organizer Bugs Bunny. But if someone does like Discord, so maybe there's like a Discord link you can join, and you can be alerted when the next OSL occurs. If you are a Starcraft player and you're from an oceanic region, definitely give us a join. Or sign up, enlist. Do you have prizes? How many players usually? This season, we have a prize pool of about $130 for first place, and with prizes also for second and third. Usually it's about 8 players, usually. Hope it's been getting slightly larger each season, compared from Season 1 to Season 2. So, hopefully Season 3 will be even larger. I'm not sure when Season 3 will be, so we will have to wait and see. However, getting into this game, it looks like it's going to be 9-pool hatch versus a pretty standard Braxer fee from Neblime. But we are going to get this scouted pretty quickly, Quirky. Pretty quickly.
Yeah. And it is just 6 lings. I don't expect... Like, even though, he has been on the more aggressive side, I feel like once it's got scouted, you don't really need to make too many more lings. Let's see. They're already going for the ramp block. They're bringing 5 SCVs instead of the usual 4. Oh no, they'll get jumbled up on top of each other.
Yeah, but he neatly put it. It's interesting that he pulled 5 instead of 4. Usually it's just, the standard 4. Oh, there you go. He's replacing putting one back. He's on top of it. Neatly stacking them out. But yeah, these 6lings won't do very much damage. Or if any. Perhaps Banga will go for it. Usually the Zerg likes to go for a cheeky little poke. See how much damage they can get done. But as soon as we get like 5 or 6 Marines, we'll be pretty safe.
Yeah, and it is delaying the natural of Neb for a little bit, and he has to make it on high ground, which isn't ideal. But Neb's going to be probably cussing a little bit. God damn it, I didn't want to build it on the high ground.
Yeah, building on a high ground's definitely a pain. Definitely a pain. But compared to the eco damage that you've done to Zerg already by simply not losing an SCV or anything to the Lings, is quite phenomenal. And we're actually going to get 3 hatch. Though we took gas early to get Ling speed. And then we didn't get a lair. So it looks like it is going to be like a Ling flood. Which, if Neb identifies properly, he should be able to respond with, you simply, just get a barracks yourself, take gas, go on 2 base. Leave your 2 SCVs on the ramp since, the Lings are being pumped instead of drones. Yeah, this SCV won't survive though. It will not survive. With the Ling speed out, as soon as Banga takes control of his Lings, it will very quickly deal with that SCV.
Let's keep it alive for now, the chicken and jiving.
Yeah, I suspect Banga isn't quite controlling it. He's just letting it AFK on top of it. Which, as you can see, even idling on top of the SCV is still getting hits in. Ling speed really just renders all scouting useless.
Okay.
Eventually goes down. But yeah, Neblime's going to see this many Lings and he's going to, yeah, I know exactly what's going on here. And he should be able to just push out with a nice stim timing and properly flatten all these lings and take his natural. He's already got like about 11 marines, which is more than enough to really deal with these lings with the medics. And Banga's getting a lair behind us as well. Maybe potentially for some muta play or maybe some lurkers. But usually, if it was lurkers, we'd be getting it the hydrogen already.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it is quite interesting, like, the spread of lings. And, like, Neb not really pushing down despite the fact he can. He's just waiting for his fibers. It's really going to hit this... Building up to this dramatic moment that's just going to... Both sides are going to start reacting really, really quickly. Here we go now, as we slowly descend down the ramp. These spread lings can really easily jump on these marines, but yeah, as we can see, the firebat's doing quite a bit of damage. Quite a number of marines go down, but it's just not enough compared to the amount of lings that have been killed. Though we had 11 marines, now we're down to 6, so that was really fairly well traded by Banga. But yeah,
now score colonies try and go down desperation.
Yeah, and we've already turned 2 into Sunkens now. And we are stimming across the map to try and reach it, but I think these colonies should finish on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Really well done by Banga there. I think Banga's position there was quite tight, and he's just managed to turn it around. Even actually, getting the lings to counter the reinforcements.
Yeah. I think they got a marine there. Yes, one poor Viber going to sacrifice himself. Actually, lings get into the main.
Oh, I thought they had died.
No.
There we go, yeah. But gets another set of marines. We do have a spy now from Banga with mutas on the way. And we do have an eBay from Neblime with a factory on the way, but we only just started our turrets. And really, this is going to be a bit dicey. We've got 9 mutas on the way, and only 2 turrets have really been started. And we're not cutting SCVs to start additional turrets. So this could get really dangerous really, really quickly for Neblime here. Here comes the mutas now, coming across the map. Nope, wrong button there, sorry.
Well, the muta control is. But instead, he's just going to retreat back.
Yeah, he's
trying
to match this bio movement, it looks like. And he doesn't want them to get too close. But with 3 Sunkens, you should feel pretty safe, especially with 11 meter. 9 meter there. Yeah, getting a pick off there. Really nicely done. He did see the drone with the fire bat, but not sure if he quite... Yeah, there we go. He's reacting to it now.
No, I think he was just reacting to the mutas and lings move. Okay, no, you did see it.
He did see it, and I think he will deny it, which will be pretty big. Denying Zerg their 3rd base, usually a really big move. But Banga's a little hesitant to use this ling muta army, where he is attacking with the mutas and ling on a high ground ramp, which could be pretty... It worked out this time, because I think we just have so many mutas, it doesn't matter, but that was not a great trade for the amount of units we had from Banga. That definitely should have gone a lot better. But the damage is done, and he does manage to clear that bio group. But I suspect Neb would be quite happy trading that out for the hatchery and all those units.
Yeah, now the starports are going up. Oh, sorry, 1 starport, I should say.
Yeah, only 1. Yeah.
I think because he can see that there's no real workers, no hydrogen and no workers being made, that he feels 1 is enough. And I agree with that. Even though generally getting 2 is a bit more safer, that's the case. Now these spears just jumping onto the turrets.
Yeah, they bring down 1 turret, and it looks like the second one will fall down on its own. He's really jumping on top of these turrets now. And there's not that much bio here to help clean up this computer. And it's going to be a while before our vessels are out. But yeah, there we go. We did start the second starport. It must have just been late.
There's a 1 HP medic that's scouted the third. I think it's there from the earlier attack and he just hasn't cleaned it up.
Oh, there we go. It dies now. There it goes. It was just scouting, alright? It only has a shield, alright? It's not going to do any damage. It just wants to watch.
It wants to heal. But unfortunately, you know, Zerg and Protoss and some other Terrans don't adhere to the Geneva Conventions and will attack medics.
Yeah, that's kind of ferocious, to be honest. I mean, I think I'd prefer the game if you couldn't do damage to medics. I think that would be fair and balanced.
Yes, as a Terran player, I agree.
As Terran players, yeah, they don't listen to us. But it looks like will he get this factory? Not quite. It looks like he will be repairing it. That was quite a bit of damage he's done. That will force a few minerals, but
he's not repairing it. It's going. Oh, now he is just done.
Oh, I think Neb tried to build a hidden base behind all that, but it did get sniffed out by Banga, and he'll take his own base there, claiming that point.
Ooh. And as a Terran, this is generally around the time where you want to get at least a third, and maybe potentially go for a potential double expand, but it is Eclipse, which is, you know, not the best map for it. Let's say if we're on Polypoid or Vermeer, probably, and maybe even Silphid, the other one that everybody plays.
Yeah,
but
taking
the fact that is still on 2 bases is a little bit concerning for me.
Yeah, usually you'd try to take that third base by now as Terran, but he's still I think it's okay. He is deciding to ramp up on barracks rather than building that third CC. So it's not the worst position he could be in. So many lurkers coming out from Banga now. So many lurkers.
8 lurkers, Jesus.
It looks like
there is 3 vessels out.
More than FNG. Ooh, not quite microing those Marines. Definitely could have traded against those lurkers way more efficiently.
Yeah, he must have had his attention elsewhere.
Yeah, not the greatest trade there, but yeah, there's a lot of lurkers being made from Banga. And we do have one on the high ground at the third. But yeah, if we properly spread our Marines here, we could probably kill a lot of these lurkers really efficiently. But at the same time, we've got Mutiling inside the main, trying to do some damage. Really picking off the vessels in the bio here.
Yeah, just managed to get 1 science vessel.
Yeah, he is doing quite a bit of damage, Banga. Getting on top of this turret here. These Mutes are doing quite a lot of work. Usually you don't see Mutes much past this point after vessels are out, but they're getting on top of these missile turrets, and now he's forced to send the vessels home.
Oh.
So many
jumping on the SCVs.
Yeah, so many go down. But quick irradiate, and I think these Mutas will be quickly getting out of the way. Yeah. Irradiate does so much damage.
But still, if you're trying to get rid of your Mutas there, that would have been the best.
Yeah, definitely.
Best way of getting rid of them.
That's exactly how I want my Mutas to go. If getting like all those SCVs at the same time, really hindering Neblime's macro. He also got 2 vessels at the same time, which was really big, forcing him to remake another 2 before he can get into like drop ships or anything.
Okay, some Lings getting spread out to try and see if Neb's gotten his third. He has a SCV positioned towards a potential third, but it's like nothing's really going to come from it. It's a lot of Lings from Banga here.
Yeah, I wonder if they've got cracked. I didn't quite check if the research.
Delegating is hard now, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it definitely doesn't have crack. So it's a lot of Lings. But yeah, we are still only on 3 gas, and I think we haven't got a mound either for defilers. So I think our 4th base is going to get pretty tricky pretty quickly. But yeah, Banga's really good at these little counterattacks, man, trying to pick off the reinforcements. Really trying to cut off the rally.
Yeah, and it's really annoying for Neb as well, because you just want to try and get your army across the map, try and do damage, and there's nothing really here to, when you try and go and kill, potentially some stuff in the thirders. We have a push here from Neb. Rematic and 5 vessels, I think that is? Yep, 5 vessels is... again, Neb not really paying attention to the bells up front.
Losing quite a few Marines there, yeah, but... oh, is he gonna... He could lose so many vessels here.
Good. Oh, only managing to lose the 1 though, so...
And only a couple of more Marine... Only a single Marine back to the lurkers there. But, yeah, Neb now getting his 3rd base up. He did put defenses there to make sure that they go up. It looks like Neb isn't quite pumping out with his Raxes as quite the rate that he needs to really get into this game. It's really close supply, which is not usually a good sign for Terran.
No.
But, he does clear up all of these lurkers now, forcing Banga to make some more. Banga still hasn't put down a den. It's really... Oh, here we come with the Eraser.
Eraser!
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is what I was talking about. Neb loves it. Ooh, but Banga did get burrowed.
Oh, good work.
Gonna be protecting all these drones here.
And he's actually gonna hold off... The 3 Suggens actually doing work.
I didn't suspect that attack would do that much. He only had like 6 Marines. But he did quite a few drones.
Killed off a lot of medics as well, though.
Yeah. Definitely worth getting medics. Oh, these scares connecting on top of these vessels. Not what you want.
The Zerglings attacking these medics that are out on the map.
Yeah, trying to...
Wasting energy.
Yeah, they're on A move instead of move command. Making it a little bit difficult. And like a single lurker here. He could potentially stem up and run past this lurker. There's only 1. But it looks like he's just going to try and safely irradiate it instead, which is always, fair enough. Banga really stepping on these hatch production as well, but again, we've got the hive, but we're not getting much hive tech.
Oh, it's an attack on the 3rd. 2 lurkers and some Zerglings. And the Cracklings are here!
Yeah, Crack is finished now at last. But this little attack will be cleaned up pretty quickly. We're sniping that vessel, very nice. Lurker got irradiated, and that 4th base is going to go down. Banga is just really pumping out these lurkers and these lings, but he's floating a lot of gas, which is not what you usually see in TVZ. You usually see not much gas at all, and the Zerg really being really starved for gas. Banga really trying to bring down this base, but that bunker is doing a lot of work. The medics and the SCVs repairing, it's all just harmonizing. Meanwhile, there's an attack going in the middle. Woo, lots and lots of 5S.
Yeah, I think Neb's realized that this is GG. So. And, well, we have here spawning in the top right the Red Zerg. Sorry, the Red Terran from Australia. He is Neblime.
And in the opposite corner of the map, in the yellow Zerg this time, representing the Philippines, it is Banga, PH. So why do you think Banga pick Polypoid for a second game? It's a very, very standard map. I thought he might want to pick something with a little closer rush distance, like like fighting spirits or something.
I don't know.
Guess we'll find out what his plan is going to be. Perhaps it's going to be a 12 hatch, pretty standard opener.
Hmm.
We'll have to see what Neblime's got planned for this map. Neblime is always the sort of guy that goes standard first game, and then he'll try and get a bit aggressive in the other parts of the series to throw you off.
Yeah.
He can be a titan of defense, or he can switch to a sneaky rogue and try and stab you in the back. He's very flexible that way. But it looks pretty standard so far.
Yeah, it does seem very flexible. As you see Banga going for his 12 hatch right now.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just going to play pretty standard as well. Going for the 12 scout.
Hold on. Is that a gas I see?
Oh, that is a gas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's playing mech.
Yeah, it could be mech. It could be 1-1-1.
Fast. Yeah, it could be fast. Academy timing.
It could be one base. Could be a lot of things. We don't quite 100% know yet, but we do know.
I just see. Well, I want to say that was a 12 gas.
Yes, I think it was 12 gas.
Yeah.
That usually means it's going to be a 1-1-1 or a mech play.
Yeah.
We'll have to see that.
Mm.
Banga hasn't found him yet though, so he cannot confirm the gas. And it looks like he'll get a Marine on the ramp as well, so Banga will be relying on his CC timing to really tell what Neblime's going to be doing. Hopefully he keeps that drone around to see. We don't want to see this game end with just one Vulture. That would be disappointing. After how well they were playing last game, they are very, very similar in skill. The kinetic sweep? No, it was 3-2. It was actually a very, very close game. I highly recommend going and watching a VOD, Rabbit.
Well, the factor is going down now. Second Marine gang on its way. Lair getting research right now.
Yeah, Lair before speed, actually. Which is always fun to see. See Banga getting into a straight up game. Although we do have 6 slings made here. He's definitely going to look to put on some sort of pressure. He might be surprised by this Vulture. Yeah, there we go to Starport being 1-1-1. But Banga might just die to this Vulture, man. We don't have a Sunken on the way at all. He hasn't confirmed the CC yet. And if Neblime can do it, yeah, he will confirm. Oh, we'll see. Now he knows that there's no CC.
Lings do actually manage to get on top of the Vulture for a bit, and
yeah,
Vulture does get very, very low. So
it's a little bit of miscontrol from from Neblime there. In fact, you shouldn't be getting hit by those Lings. But there's quite a number of Lings being made, and yeah, now he's on top of this Vulture. You should be able to play around it.
Yeah. Now Wraith on its way here from Neb to get a bit of SP right now. Link speed is done. Actually, not going to go to finish off that Vulture. So he's just going to go up the ramp, but that's Marines there. The Lynx do manage to get up, get a surround on the Marines. 2 do go down, 2 Lynx go into the Mineral Iron, but that's going to be it.
Yeah, very quickly swept by that ICB. I thought that would do way more damage, but yeah, that Vulture does
go
work.
rid of all that armor, all that army at that ramp there if he actually managed to just go for the surround.
Yeah, but Vultures do gun down Zerglings very quickly, and he did have 4 Marines. It was very, very Neb favoured, I guess, but yeah, those Lings did just sneak in there.
The slippery Ling upgrade.
Yeah, definitely. Spy finishing here for Banga. Just as we start our eBay, which is not great timing from Neblime, although it is cross map, so that is going to help us. And we're getting we're seeing a Valkyrie. Ooh, is this going to be a one-base Valkyrie push at like the 9-10 minute mark? It's going to be
I do like that, especially since I think he saw that it was fire.
Yeah,
Indeed.
definitely seeing
So-
the Spire. Means those Valkyries are going to get way more impact.
Mm.
Here comes the Valkyrie now. Yeah, like, this specific build against 2 hatch can come very, very, like, it can come down to, like a, what do you, like a group of bricks. I forget the expression now. I'm drawing absolute blank.
Like a ton of bricks?
Like a ton of bricks. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, damn. Anyway. Like, it can be like an absolute ton of bricks, this build. Like, you get the siege tank with siege mode, and you just sit there and you snipe the sunken colony. It can be quite deadly. Very, very deadly. Ooh, that was quite a few hits on the meters there. A little bit of miscontrol from Banga. But Banga does have an opportunity here, Quirky. He really does.
Yeah.
The Scourge can just come in and they can sweep those Valkyrie down, and it can be all over as soon as it begins.
And we'll have to see. Only 4 Scourge. I feel like, yeah, 8. Also, you know, to take some of the missile turret hits as well. That's all. I thought that just were going to fight themselves.
Yeah, but those 2 turrets with the Valkyrie can be pretty dangerous. Ooh, getting quite a few hits there. But yeah, I feel like Neblime is he's spending a lot of money on upgrades and almost nothing on barracks production.
You know, I feel like about... Oh, what do we say? About 12 lings right now would absolutely just wreck this.
Yeah, there's not very much here to defend. Good night, Rabbit. Thanks for tuning in for at least a little bit. Clearing up that team to take his third base. But third base is almost what Neblime expects you to take at this point, because if you take your third base and you're not properly prepared to defend it, this tank, these 3 Valkyries, they can really do some damage. And like, the Terran's really looking to end the game here. +1 with Stim, medics, it's going to be pretty tough. But Banga does have a lot of like supply. He's got a really healthy count of drones.
Oh, Valkyrie's out of position.
Does he manage to get it? Not quite.
Oh, close.
Not quite. Alright. So what are we? Where are we in this game? Banga's got a really decent Ming Looter Scourge going on.
Yeah. Ling
Muta. Ling Muta. Yeah, there we go. We fixed the tongue twister. But yeah, like Neblime has the 3 Valks and like the Marines are pushing out now, but Banga doesn't have that much Mutaling. It's really and they're separated now, of course. But he really doesn't have that much.
One Valkyrie, up one. The other V1, Vulture.
The other Vulture, yeah. But yeah, Bunga's really relying on like a lurker timing. These lurkers to really hold, but his Comsat, which is about 100 energy now, with 2 tanks, can kill lurkers pretty efficiently. But it could, if he maybe did like a full-on battle Zerg and try to fight Neblime.
Oh, he's gonna try and go for a surround here with the lurkers.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you try and fight Neblime on the center map, he might have a better time, but yeah, every single meter going down to those Valkyrie. And if you lose
the Lings weren't there.
Yeah, like the Lings weren't in position, and if you lose all the meter, then the Valkyrie can just start picking off the Overlords.
He does manage to hold Neb in the middle of the map, no more pushing out. Because he has to defend against these 3 lurkers.
Yeah, no turrets or anything at home, so we can't even see these lurkers. But these Valkyrie... Ooh, getting quite a few bio. But clings them all off in the end. And yeah, these Valkyries are looking for these Overlords, and they're gonna just start supply blocking Banga pretty soon. And it looks like Banga is... Ooh. There we go, he gets one Valk.
Can you get a second? Oh.
Nah, those Scourge are on a rally. Weren't quite ready. But yeah, getting supply blocked here as Banga is definitely not what you want. You definitely want drone as much as possible.
Things do manage to actually get a tank up towards the natural.
Yeah, but so many of them go down. Banga is definitely in a position where he can win if he can stabilize, especially off these Valkyries. These Valkyries are both pretty low, or one's pretty low. If he can manage to snipe him, he can stop bleeding and hemorrhaging so many Overlords.
Mm-hmm. He's getting 2 more hatcheries now. It's just using these slings. Oh, I do like these 2 lurkers up on the high ground. There you go, push.
That was a bit deadly. That was a bit suspicious there. I thought he would lose way more bio, but he pulled out. Yeah, these lurkers on the high ground, quite deadly. But he did surrender that position, but ended up losing them. Potentially a little bit of a misplay there.
And actually, these 4 lings trudging towards that 3 o'clock position, heading towards the natural. They managed to sneak in. There's 3 Marines there. But no, he's just gonna head towards that manure only.
Yeah, these lings are. It looks like these lings are trying to look for something to do that they're not going to find too much value. While Neb once again attempts his push again. He's taking his natural now. He's getting bunkers with turrets to defend against the lurkers. And this third base is completely undefended.
Yeah, only now the sunken getting made.
And immediately shut down.
Yep.
Which is not great for Banga. He's very quickly losing control of this game. The Valkyries are still out, and he can't quite get the Scourge to finish them off. As I say that, both Valkyries do go down, trying to kill a Overlord, but the third base goes down. And he's trying to... It looks like Bunga's trying to do a counterattack, but that leaves him exposed to this army that's about to go and just attack his natural. And
yeah,
Neblime's got the defense.
There's just one tank just hanging below that group of lings, and it's very, very low, but yeah, comes to the defense. Tank on the high ground. It's not going to do much. GG. Now going to go up 2-0 in the series. Well, spawning up here at the 12 o'clock position, he is the Brown Terran. From Australia, it is Neblime.
And in the left-hand side of the map, we have from the Philippines, in the magenta Zerg, it is Banga. Well, this is it. This could be our final game for the night. Hopefully not. Banga could surprise us. I wonder what he's going to do here. It looks like he's just going to do either 9-pool or something. Not going to be any 4-pool shenanigans. It could be going into a 9-pool. We'll have to see if he makes an overload in the next couple of seconds. It doesn't look like it's going to be... Oh, as I was about to jinx it, it is going to be... Oh no, it's going to be a wall-off. Oh, I think I know what Neblime's going to be doing. Neblime, I know, really likes to go 2-pool Wraith on this map. And usually you wall off to do a 2-pool Wraith. So it could be 2-pool Wraith here again. Or it could be another sort of one-base strategy. I know he likes to wall off before he does a one-base strategy. But we'll have to see. Could be none of the above, and I could just be grasping at straws. In the meantime, we've got Banga here with going top hatch. Ah, Neblime! Just in time to cast your third game.
Yes, indeed. Yes, it is the wall-off happening right now for the Neblime. Interesting to see. This did mention he does like to go two port rate from this map.
Yeah, no surprise to see the gas.
Yeah. It's a pretty standard build coming in from Banga. Dabs, not as standard as you usually would see, but it's not crazy enough that it's going to be like, oh my god, what the heck is he doing? Is he going to change the meta forever? But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Banga reacts to this once he does scout it.
Yeah, there really seems to be... I know Muta tends to be the very meta response to dealing with it, but he could always just go into a Hydra Den and try and go into a really fast Hydra speed and everything to deal with it. That's definitely an option, or maybe Spore Colonies. I think Muta is just definitely the more preferable option. But, we'll have to wait and see if it's going to be chip-ordered available.
And merely into Lair in front of the SCV.
Yeah, well, Lair and then Ling Speed at the same time.
Yeah, so this is a build that I like to do. It is a Ling Flood into Muta play. Looks to be the plan.
Yeah, it looks like he's really pumping at the Ling. Maybe he might stop at the 8 Lings here. But,
those dumps at the bottom of the barracks, you could just run straight past that, right?
No, there's actually a doodad blocking.
Okay.
And there we go. We predicted correctly, Quirky. It is 2-4 Wraith.
Mm.
It is definitely going to be 2-4 Wraith. And this wall's going to keep out the Lings, which will prevent the Ling Flood from really working if he decides to go that route. But there we go. Hydra Den was placed. It looks like it's going to be 2-hatch Lurker, which isn't a very good response to 2 Port Wraith, because, you know, the Wraiths simply fly over the Lurkers. Lurkers don't shoot up. So this will be an interesting interaction, though, because the Lurkers will just counterattack immediately, knowing that they can't defend. And that might put Neblime in a bit of trouble that way. So both sides kind of in trouble, but at the same time putting on pressure, which is always an interesting dynamic to see. Sunken going down. I think it will finish just before the Vulture will arrive. Almost perfectly on time. Very nicely done. Oh.
Bit of a sidewalk shuffle there.
And both doing a Scooby-Doo moment there. Race coming up now. Lurkers starting. But yeah, it's gonna be dicey for Zerg. I never like 2-hatch Lurker against a gas-based play. 1 base Terran. Always seems to get the advantage there. But you just got the Academy going down now, and like the Wraiths, he'll be able to see the Lurkers, and then he'll build the turret, or maybe get the bunkers at least. eBay, then turret. Hopefully. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit dicey. 3rd hatch going down the natural. Yeah, he's seeing all the information, sees the Hydra Den with the lair. He knows it's going to be Lurkers. And Banga starts Hydra speed in response to the Wraith.
Actually, if he just goes pure Hydra, it'd actually be pretty decent against this build.
Yes, it would be.
But he's going Lurker.
I mean, yeah, he's going Lurker. Maybe like 2 Lurkers into like a lot of Hydra. He's getting the 3rd hatch now. Neblime is getting mines with his vultures though, so as long as he can keep his vulture alive from his speedlings, yeah, there we go. He should get mines down, which is pretty effective counter against Lurkers. I gotta say, the odds are against Banga, but again, Banga thrives in these sort of games. He's very used to 1 base versus 1 base mechanics. So, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. Zetsky coming through Quirky's mic. That's an interesting one. I've never heard that one before.
store.
We'll need to fix that one after the stream. The stream's about over now. I'm not sure what would cause something like that to occur. Neb.
Yeah, neither do I. Let me check my settings.
Alright, here we come with the Hydras going across the map now. Going to be putting on the pressure with speed. The other thing you need here is Overlord speed, because Wraiths will start to get cloak, and that will be pretty dicey, but Wraiths can gun down Overlords really, really quickly. So he's going to need a lot of Overlords protecting the Hydras, or maybe not at all, and these Hydras are simply going to go for it.
I think they are just going to go for it. Oh, he needs the detection, he needs that Overlord. There it is! Now the Hydras can go to work.
Kicking in just in time. But yeah, there we go. The Overlord goes down as soon as the Hydras leave its side. And now there's just not very much. But, ooh, he just manages to get the turret. But he does have a concept to finish up. Morphing additional lurkers in front of his base. But the tank is an absolute unit, and he's just going to gun down those lurker eggs. And Banga is in a decent position here, because Neblime's still on one base. And Neblime doesn't really have an exit strategy. He can hold, but he doesn't really have an exit strategy. It looks like he's getting +1 with a barracks, so it looks like he might be going for like a tank vessel push to deal with this. But again, Banga's economy is really healthy. Looks like he will... Oh, Quirky, he's on 3 health. Is he gonna get it?
Oh.
He's losing so many Wraiths. And it looks like he's gonna abandon it. That Overlord's gonna get away through the skin of its teeth. Massing up a lot of tanks here. It looks like Neblime's looking for a third base, but he didn't realize that, you know, Bang's taking the close third. An unusual spot to take, but perhaps it will survive, especially with playing like a really heavy Hydra lurker style like this. That third base is much easier to defend than a high ground third.
And a dude like this from Neb, he's got a drop ship, he's going to be loading it up. Hopefully try and deny that third base from going. Or dropping into natural to try and do some damage, but there are Hydras still at this natural, and oh, just close coming out.
Alright, here comes the dropship now. It looks like these 4 Hydras are going to catch it, but Neblime quickly drops all his units out. He can quite easily deal with this group of Hydra with these many Marines. But it looks like Banga quite appropriately targeted fire, really thinning out the group of bio here. This is getting quite unlucrative for Terran here. And everything just goes down. You got a couple
it was
of
a good idea from Neb, but
yeah,
unfortunately, good defense from Banga.
Yeah, really good defense. The Hydras were like there to block as well, like they were just coming out of the rally. It was really well done. And this is the problem now, is that Banga's got all these units, and Neblime needs to slowly take his natural, which is going to be difficult.
And even scans to make sure there was no lurkers there.
Yeah, I think that's a very good response, but Banga has been building a little bit of a force now. He's actually got a supply lead on Neblime, but Neblime's got a lot of tanks. So I think Zerg can't really trade into this efficiently. But it looks like he's going to try anyway.
Oh.
The lurkers start burrowing and trying to target this one tank. They do manage to pick it off, and it looks like the Hydras are just diving in there. There's only tanks left. The vessel's out of position. He's going to get a second tank, perhaps? Yes, he does get a second tank, but there's still 2 tanks left, and it looks like all the rest of the Hydra... Ooh, that last tank got picked off. There must have been like 1 HP. But he's only got 2 Hydras remaining. And that will be it from the attack. That was really well traded from Banga though.
And they are even on supply now, so it's going to be even more difficult for them to try and possibly do anything. As these poor SCVs behind that bunker in the main can't get out until it burns down.
Ah, I think they're not actually stuck. They're bugged out on the depots. He needs Neblime will need to manually fix that to really do anything. Ooh, stimming and getting an Overlord. He could have potentially gotten another one as well, but he decided to leave it. Banga taking a 4th base behind us and pumping up on the gas. Although this gas has less in its, you know, what do you call it? Less in this geyser than the other geysers, yeah.
Less in reserves than...
Reserves? I don't know what the word is. It's yield, whatever.
Left in the tank.
Left in the tank. I was going to say that, but I was like, that sounds very wrong. There's no way natural things have a tank. But anyway.
Doesn't have that much gas contained, I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't have that much gas banked, but he is going Hydroloca, so he does need a lot more drones to really support this. This is very much like a ZVP style build. And works quite well against Bio Terran. They do have to get Bio Tank in order to combat this composition. But Neblime can't put pressure on, which is just going to benefit Banga, because while Banga is making units to sort of match the Terran production, he could easily just drone up as well and just start absolutely hammering it. But it looks like we've got another drop going on at this 4th base, and it looks like he will deny it. There is absolutely no way Banga can reach this in time.
He's probably like, you know what, that's fine. I still got a 3rd base.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world, honestly. Not the worst thing. Is Neblime looking to push out? He does have +1, but he is playing against +1 Hydroloca. His own +1's about to finish.
I've got a lot of tanks and 2 vessels now.
Oh, here it comes though.
Okay, here it comes. Right, D-Matrix on that 1 tank.
Yeah, absolutely.
There'll be enough. 3 lurkers here still remain. Another D-Matrix going down. Lurkers moving on forward, but now the force of Banga has just gotten absolutely decimated. That tank got 4 HP.
Yeah, tanks
More
on.
lurkers on the way.
That was a really good trade from Banga, actually. Although Banga lost a lot more, that does like sort of deny Neblime's push, which just puts Banga in a better position because now Banga can just start massing on units and fight this small force that's out on the map. Oh, he turns all these Hydras into lurkers, so we're looking at a big defense from Banga.
Yeah, and well, he's going for a drop into the main, but there is 1 sunken there.
It's actually in a really nice position too. It's like surrounded by the evolution chambers, and unfortunately targets the wrong one. He didn't target the one getting the upgrade. He might get the other one as well.
Ooh, it's very close. Those Hydras. Right, he cancels it just in time.
Yeah, he saves like maybe I think about like 80 minerals and 80 gas or so. Pretty nice save. It's like basically almost 1 lurker.
Yeah, now Neb's pushing out slowly with his army. Gonna be trying to get his 3rd going here up on the high ground.
Yeah, he needs a 3rd base. He's just mined down in his main. There's just no you can't really beat 3 base Zerg with 1 base. Not really possible. But Banga here is he's just so in such a dominant position with Hydroloca. He's just He's got his +1 weapons and his +1 carapace. And now he's just going to go for it.
Goes in. Lurkers do manage to burrow behind that one tank. D-Matrix down onto the forward tank. The Hydra's just going to try sniping at the bio in nowhere of position. All these tanks, they're going to go down. Only one tank left. 3 Lurkers. This is not going to be enough for the bio to survive. The third has to get lifted off. And a lot of SCVs are going to be dying.
Yeah.
Radiate finally going down, but only onto one Hydra gets pulled back.
Yeah, and immediately turns into an egg as well to try and protect it. That's really well done by Banga to try and conserve even another Hydra. And denying that third base is such a huge blow. Because we're mining on one base here from Neblime. Even though our natural's fully saturation of full yield, our saturation is like way more than it needs to be from our CVs. And yeah, like Banga, that was a pretty good attack. Though it looks like Banga didn't quite manage to get the CC. So this base will survive. But he did get quite a number of SCVs.
But now Banga has got the Defilers out. Researching consume and throwing these Defilers are very high energy.
Yeah, Defilers are out. And I think I saw Consume finish as well. And Plague is nearly finished.
Oh.
Wherever the mound is, there it is. So this attack's going to come in like an absolute ton of bricks, because as soon as you get a Dark Swarm down, there's just no tanks here. As I speak, one tank rolls across. So, but still, like, one tank's not going to hold off against this many lurkers. And now he's just going to crawl in, and as soon as this base is, as soon as the CC lifts, I think he might call GG. I can't see him retaking this base anytime soon, especially once the Hydra's start getting absolutely pumped out, which we see 10 in production right now. Yeah, it's just going to be really dicey. Ooh.
One thing I always hate, irradiating lurkers underneath Dark Swarm.
Yeah, really hard to do, because it's really hard to see him. But he does get the Defilers, which is the most important target there. And it doesn't look like Bunga's remaking any. But here comes the Hydras now to try and snipe the CC. Forcing Neblime to pull it into tank range, but the tank range was what Banga wanted anyway, because he wanted to pick up that tank, and now these lurkers are rolling up to try and pick up these SCVs. Third base going down. And it looks like Neblime's trying to take his mineral only, but which is a pretty good play. But it feels Bunga's now on 4 bases and about to be 5. As soon as Banga starts adding some more drones in, he should just have the economy peak for Zerg to really just run in here and do a lot of damage. The Banga is just an absolute dominant position. But again, Neblime has a lot of vessels. Get a couple of vessels picked off. But yeah, we really don't have very much fire, not very much tanks at all. And although the supplies are super close, Defilers do change the maths quite a bit.
Yeah. Lurkers going to be coming in. All the Lurkers are going to die to these irradiates, but there's just too many Hydras here.
You got that right. I mean, yeah, it's just the tank's going to go down. Neblime is definitely struggling, and Banga has just got all the economy he needs. He's going into Defiler. I'm surprised he's not adding in Lings. He's still committing to Hydra Lurker Defiler. As I say, the Lings are being added in now. But yeah, this third base attempt going down once again. But yeah, Banga keeps trying to do these really sharp attacks, which do a bit of damage, but not enough to kill Neblime. So he is buying Neblime quite a bit of time to try and get back in. But Again,
Ooh.
really efficient trades from Banga.
Yeah, I don't think even Neb's making Marines at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Banga is just going to come in here with these lurkers and these hydras and try and deny the space again. And he's got to lurk on the bridge to try and pick off these SCVs. He might get quite a few. GG is called.
Anyway, spawning here at the bottom left, he is the cream Terran. What is that color?
White Terran.
White Terran. It's not white though.
It's definitely white.
It's off-white. He is Neblime.
And in the top left, in the yellow Zerg, he just took a game off Neblime. It is Banga. Anyway, now we can get into a proper discussion about these colors. I mean, that is definitely white.
I don't know, it just looks slightly off, like there's a light grayish, greenish tinge to it. Like it's not pure white.
Yeah,
It could be just white in the color, but it's not pure white, is what I'm saying.
Maybe it's just because it's compared to like a really like stoned color looking plated tiles. So...
Anyway, forward 8 racks.
Oh, there we go. Well, enough about colors, man. We're going to be talking about this game. And we're doing ARACs.
Against the 9 pool.
Oh, that's not... That's not always a great sign. The ARACs can survive against the 9 pool. Especially if it doesn't take speed, like this one is. But it definitely can't do as much damage. It's definitely going to be much more difficult to do the damage. I think Quirky is right. You sample that, it's not 255, 255, BG. You know what? That's too much color theory for me, Neb. You can be right on that one. I'll be wrong. Alright, here we are. We're doing a triple scout, which I don't usually see with ARACs, but he will find the Zerg pretty quickly. I mean, that's one way to do it. And he'll probably see this hatchery just starting and go, yep, this is going to be a fast pool. And then he'll see the 6lings and hopefully he'll know it's 9 pool. So he'll know to stay home and that will be that.
Yep, melee brings the Marines back.
Yep. Although this block is not a full wall, so he will have to move SCVs in the way to defend it. And he did put the block in the middle rather than at the top here. So Ling run-bys, if they do manage to get in, can get straight to the ramp much quicker.
Yeah, Neb's trying to do his best, but here comes the Lings, but they're not going to go too far.
Yeah, they can't really do much damage with these SUVs on the way. But, Neb's got a scout inside Banga's base. And he's seeing quite a low drone count, and Ling speed started. He'd be feeling pretty confident with his wall now. Knowing that seeing someone on gas for this long and not take a lair, you'd go, okay, they're definitely getting Ling speed. So he'd be feeling pretty confident, but he would know that he'd probably need to leave these SCVs here for a little bit longer than he'd like to hold that attack. But it looks like Banga is going to try and just all in from here. But he does have still 2 drones on gas, and he did take his lair, so that is interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here, because he's also, like, not adding drones. Oh, he's supply block, that's why. I was going to say, he hit a supply block. That's why he's not making anything. Anyhow, about 12 Lings sitting outside of the base. Yeah, this SCV can't survive against Ling speed. He'll die every time. Yeah, I'm curious to see what Banga does here. He what tech you'll go into. So I suspect, yeah, it's going to be Spire. If it hasn't placed the den by about halfway, it's probably going to be Spire. So, pretty standard stuff going into this game of circuit breakers. There's no such thing as too much color theory. You take that back. Look, man. You can be angry all you want, but at the end of the day, I don't care.
Just remember who's casting the game.
Yeah. I'll make you look bad if you're not careful. Zerg Spire coming down. As well as a preemptive sunken colony. And it looks like Neblime's getting a bunker right in front of his wall. Which is interesting because this is more easily surrounded by lings. Whereas compared to if it was behind the wall, whereas the lings would have to go through the choke and then hit the bunker. So this is a very vulnerable bunker. And we could see it get picked off, but Banga's deciding... Yeah, he's decided not to. He's lifting the racks now. I'm feeling a bit confident against these lings though. Stim starting as well as comsats, because we've got absolutely no idea whether it's going to be muted or not. So, we'd probably need to go blind turrets to really hold off meter timing.
And Spire is just finishing now. I do like the position of this Spire.
Yeah, but unfortunately it did get
I
scammed.
see it.
Yeah. It is a little interesting one, putting it right there. Although, I tend to not like putting tech in the natural as Zerg, because really what the Terran wants to do is they want to scan the natural. The natural has so much information.
Quick Queen's Nest here.
Ooh, you know what that means?
Guardian Rush.
Nah, crazy Zerg. Oh, it could be Guardian Rush. You're right, it could be Guardian Rush, but I suspect it's going to be crazy Zerg. Because,
yeah. That's it, but I do like Guardian Rush, especially on circuit breakers. You have all that dead space in between.
No, I think you're right.
And the natural.
If it was going to be a crazy Zerg, he would have put the Evo chamber down.
Evo chambers, yeah.
By now, like similar timing to the Queen's Nest. I thought he was going to, but he wasn't. And there's our hive. So yeah, potentially Guardians. Although we haven't started getting any muta upgrades, so our Guardians are going to be a little bit weak.
Well, Link's going in with the mutas, but
yeah, not much.
Not too much.
Yeah, can't really do much damage to a bunker, and the Marine's standing right there. And it looks like you're right, Quirky. There's a Hydrogen right there. So, for those who are not familiar with this build that Zerg can do, they can actually go into a very quick Greater Spire and grab Guardians, while also making Hydra. And the Hydra will sort of tank for the Guardians, while the Guardians sort of shred the Marines. And then once the Marines are dead, you just sort of run in with the Hydra and the Guardians, and you sort of break down the Terran's base. Very, very deadly, but it is an all-in.
Neb scanned the natural, but he didn't scan back far enough, and he didn't see the Queen's Nest.
Ooh. That's unfortunate.
Or the Spire, that time, but...
Unfortunate indeed, because, he actually has no idea what this is going to be. They're their greatest Spire starting. I'll be interesting to see Banga's execution on this, because this is definitely one of the builds where it is all in, but the execution's not quite right. You can end up losing everything. And the reason it's an all-in is because you can't really transition out of Guardians. Guardians are sort of just, once you've taken them, you're just sort of not really locked into them, but you can't really do anything outside of what you intended to do with them. And there's just other things you could have bought. But is that lurk aspect that he just finished researching?
I think so, yes, because there are lurk eggs.
That's an interesting one, because usually with this build you get Hydra speed and range, but he's getting lurkers with these Guardians. That's interesting. That'll be a very, very defensive setup rather than being aggressive. But everything in that side of the map is coming up pretty nicely.
Hey, he scans, he sees the Grey Spire.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so he's just going to go then. He is absolutely going to go with this +1. But he doesn't know that lurkers are on the map yet. So he's a little bit blind still to these.
Oh, he scanned and saw the lurkers. Alright, so he knows.
He's trying to find
starting to get morphed.
Oh, there we go. So this is definitely another way to use Guardians. Although it's not as efficient as Hydra Guardians as what we thought it was going to be. But you can sort of like try and... Yeah, there we go. It looks like Neblime saw the Greater Spire and just made wraiths, and that's pretty much it. These Guardians won't do very much damage. They might get a few SCVs, but in the end they will go down. It probably wasn't really worth the cost.
Guardian Devourers. Usually, if it is a Guardian Rush, you usually see 1 or 2 Devourers, just in case.
Yeah, for the wraiths, but yeah, in the end it's like... It's not as efficient as it could have been. He's still got 4 Hydras on the map though. A couple of lurkers on the high ground at the third. Everything's still pretty solid and locked up for Banga. Not much damage that Neblime can really do, especially with Guardians defending. But wraiths are pretty good. And he's got Cloak with them, so he was definitely expecting something a little bit more with the Guardians. Usually you don't really get Cloak if you're just dealing with a small group of Guardians, but these Cloak wraiths could find damage elsewhere. Well, Crackling has finished, but there's no match for a group of Marines and Medics. Still trying to find that third base, but he has not looked anywhere at all.
It is.
Oh, then why did he send the SCV into the other corner? And he scanned this place.
Oh, no. Yeah, he has scanned it because he has got the creep on his minimap. He knows where it is, he just doesn't know how many lurkers are up on the ramp. And he doesn't want to risk his bio.
Because he sent an SCV into this corner as well.
I don't know.
And he scanned here. If he knew there was a base here, he would have scanned here. I don't think he quite knew, but through process of elimination, I think he knows now it's here. There we go, there's the scan. He sees the lurkers, and he goes, yep, can't go up there.
At least not yet.
At least not yet. Although we did make quite a lot of wraiths that could definitely help break down the lurkers. Wherever they are. I'm not sure where he put his wraiths. There they are. And 2 radius go down. Looks like the overlord wasn't quite over the lurker. And it looks like this base is going to get busted pretty quickly. With wraiths coming in from the south here. They're going to do quite a bit of damage to these suckers. Ooh, this is a really good lurker spread. But unfortunately, the Marines were also just ready and they stemmed and they cleaned up those lurkers. But that could have been disastrous for Neblime. Unfortunately, it was disastrous for Banga because not only does he lose those lurkers, he's now going to lose his third base at the same time. And unless Banga can do some sort of attack, which it looks like he's got 7 lurkers ready to do a counterattack here.
Yeah, he did deny the third of Nebs.
Yeah, well, he's going to need to do a little bit more than deny the third because losing his third is quite detrimental for Zerg. You cannot survive on 2 gases Zerg. But it looks like these 7 lurkers aren't going to do very much damage. And Banga looks like Banga's just going to start pouring units in to try and get something done. Seeing if something sticks. But I don't know, Quirky. After losing that third, that's not looking great. sort of reminded of our PBZ earlier with these lurker contain now. Yeah, and it's, although Neblime's not landing his factory, we could definitely, like, use the wraiths to clean us up. Yeah, the cloaked wraiths. Everything is pretty much at Deb's disposal here to clear up these lurkers really efficiently. It's going to be hard for Banga to really set up a proper contain. And as the lurkers move, the bio comes out. There's no defense at Banga's natural actually quirky. So if Neblime could, he could cut the rally off and then maybe potentially jump in and do quite a lot of damage on his base. I wonder if these overlords have got drop researched. Maybe not. Maybe they're just here for the wraiths. Yeah, just there for the wraiths. Cleaning them up quite nicely.
Still, I wouldn't mind a drop, but there is a lot of defense.
Yeah, drop would be very tricky. The buyer rallies quite quickly. He's got the vessels ready. But it would be interesting to see. I would love to see it. Looks like Banga catches this rally that's trying to catch his rally. Wow, that actually, I thought that would turn out much differently, but that Hydras went down like a sack of potatoes. Like, they just absolutely melted.
Yeah, it's 2-2 against 0-1.
Yeah, of course.
1-0, but Banga's gonna go in.
Jumping right on top of these bunkers, but I don't think he's gonna get the damage. GG is called, and that is our final game for the night.